Announce me when.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the GD Euros. We have Ukraine, Russia, and Belarus starting this match today. We will be playing Screaming by X Slendy. Though this match will not be commentated in English, so I'm going to hand it over. This match will be Russian commentated, as you know, for the teams and the most of the fans there. But the rest of the matches will be commentated in English. So I'll see you there for the countdown, and I'm gonna hand off for the intro. You can start.
Okay. Дорогие зрители, дорогие друзья, я всех вас приветствую на первом матче уже основного этапа турнира GDWT, где сегодня сразятся, может быть, не в самой ожесточенной, но точно будет битва России, Украины и Беларуси. Со мной сегодня будет комментировать также Панацея, который помог мне влиться во всю эту движуху комментаторскую. Поздоровайся.
Всем привет. Всем привет, всем привет. Сегодня мы почти в том же составе, только без фодолога будем комментировать.
Да,
матч.
сегодня мы без фодолога. Гринс, привет, привет всем. Сегодняшний уровень скриминг от Excellent. И так совпало, что я не понимал, о каком уровне идет речь. Но когда увидел, что его построил Excellent, я очень сильно обрадовался, потому что этот креатор, несмотря на то, что его уровни не особо известные, но они очень часто раньше давались каким-то вот ребятам по типу меня на турнирах, там на ГМЛ в 2024 году. Буквально там есть уровни Marlboro Reds, Galaxy Gas, Mila. Это все уровни, которые были построены вот на паттерн ГП для слэеров. И в это очень приятно играть. Так что, в принципе, Xland — это креатор, который не разочаровывает с качеством своих уровней. В них можно спокойно играть. Но сами игроки говорят немного другое о скриминге. Им не особо сильно нравится уровень, потому что говорят, что первая половина сильно канцернее и гораздо неприятнее, чем вторая половина. И она добавляет всей соли в сложность уровня и канцерности в том числе.
Я думаю, что стоит потихоньку начинать. Да, yes.
Yeah, everybody go to the level select screen. We're about to get started with our match.
На select screen, друзья, короче, да. Вам скажут сейчас, когда начинать.
Okay, guys, let's
Just make
start.
sure for a fact this works. I always want to make sure. Yes, it works. All right. We'll be beginning the match once I see the level select screen on everybody. Refresh the level. I just need to see who
Хина,
is
открой
getting-
select
Yep.
screen. Да.
Everybody
Update
refresh the
level.
level. Yep.
Сквозар,
We will
refresh
be-
level. У тебя кнопка, да.
We'll be beginning the match. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Все,
Итак, ребят, забыл объявить.
Ой.
Нам
Герон, стой, ты лагаешь, Герон. О май гад. Короче, давайте я пока... Ё-моё. Так, ладно. Я пока буду комментировать, пока Герон отлагивает. Все так же я предупрежу игроков. Боже мой, ладно, надо ему отключить микрофон пока что. В общем, матч Россия, Украина, Беларусь, но на самом деле, опять же, как и на квалификациях, не влияет то, кто против кого играет. Общая таблица есть среди 12 стран европейских. И по итогам, ну, скажем так, группового этапа 8 стран выйдут в там, четвертьфинал и будут сражаться. Вот, так что задача всех трех стран, за которые, понятное дело, мы будем болеть, это войти в топ-8. А получится это или нет, посмотрим. Так. Алло, Герон, ты отлагал?
не сомневаюсь.
Я, в общем, озвучиваю, если что, по поводу там...
Ну, я
того, как
слушаю,
вообще
слушаю.
сложно
внимательно.
да,
Но я пытаюсь
структура
как-то
турнира.
разобраться. Меня слышно?
Тем
нормально?
временем Бон на концовке уровня, кстати, уже. Он единственный, кто на
да,
власти.
я уж совсем забыл о том, что, блядь, матч идет. Панацея, ты можешь ответить? У меня все нормально с микрофоном прямо сейчас?
Плюс-минус.
Все,
Да,
хорошо.
нормально. Так, ну тем временем Бон там умер в концовке, мы не до конца увидели, где именно. Вроде
Сегодня я возлагаю свои
Кстати.
большие надежды на темную лошадку данного турнира. Это Найнс. В предыдущем матче, в котором я принимал участие в комментировании, я его назвал Опси или же Никикс, что создало некоторое несглазимое впечатление у некоторых людей, поэтому по регламенту и то, по какому никнейму ориентируются сами создатели турнира, то есть Найнс, я его буду называть таким вот образом. Хина уже набрал 170 очков, и пока самый отстающий это Сквозар. Честно, вот выражу свою точку зрения, я не очень сильно понимаю вообще, почему он в ростере Российской Федерации, вообще, я не знаю даже, кто это такой, честно.
Это вообще
почему
этот
он
чувак,
принимает участие.
на фоне других возможных участников как будто реально могли заменить, потому что Сквозар, даже если типа ориентироваться на РКГД рейтинг, он вроде что-то топ-70, вот. Ну и человек сам по себе, ну тут Суэйр сильный, по большей части тут влияет подготовка, помимо чистого скилла. Так что посмотрим. Может, ну, вот, например, тот же Найнс, он намного слабее этим, чем ВХФire. Но теоретически он может выступить намного сильнее, если подготовиться к этому.
Ну, мы сегодня посмотрим, как Сквозар выступит. То, насколько он подготовился сегодня к уровню, к скримингу. Ну, учитывая то, что уровень, вот по моей точке зрения, сделан очень хорошим креатором, который умеет строить ГП, именно слэерский, не то, что там креаторский какой-то ГП, а именно слэерский. Минуточку, сейчас Хин находится на 85%, он прям на ласте, у него есть огромная доля вероятности пройти уровень. Он на последнем корабле. И Хина проходит,
Да,
и заносит
первое
себе самое
прохождение.
максимальное количество очков.
Да, первое прохождение пока
сборной
что
Украины.
этого уровня. Хорошо. Вот,
Тем временем Никикс
кстати,
тоже на 75%. Два украинских хлопчика разогнались, на 80 где-то умер. Найнс. Я его все еще хочу назвать Никиксом.
Ну, кстати,
не могу
прошу заметить
просто.
то, что прошло почти 4 минуты, и Украина выжимает все соки с данного уровня. Вот. Пока Сквозар в начале как-то спотыкается от туры.
Ну, Сквозару, может быть, не везет, может быть, волнуется немного, да, есть такое. Некси, если что, чтобы вы понимали, я общался лично с слэерами перед матчем, Некси прошел уровень всего 2 раза, и первый раз уровень он прошел полчаса назад. И то, что он сейчас находится на 57%, имеет неплохую долю вероятности пройти уровень. И если он пройдет, это будет показывать то, что даже несмотря на слабую подготовку, он может помочь как-то своей сборной набрать определенное количество поинтов.
В принципе,
И Некси на
удивительно, когда-
77 прямо
Да,
сейчас
кстати.
находится.
Удивительно, когда игроки с малой подготовкой при этом всем сумели выступить хорошо на данном турнире. Вот Лазер в прошлый раз тоже за Беларусь играл, очень слабо подготовился, и там было очень хорошо видно, что он слабо подготовился, и будет ли прохождение? Да?
Будет прохождение, Некси проходит уровень. Браво, маэстро Некси.
Тем временем в России меньше всего очков.
XQNA, или как читается?
Квини.
Куни ГД, Кунилингус ГД, как читается?
Квини.
Не понимаю. Киней.
Квини,
Ну,
как королева.
Педикс Мэйби, там, вот это его лучший друг год назад.
Нормально.
Хина находится на 70%, Бон тоже находится уже довольно далеко, Никикс тоже довольно находится далеко. Сквозар ставит... извините, я перепутал.
Ты, кстати,
Сквозар,
запретку
Бон.
сказал по факту.
Что я сказал? Педик, я
Ну,
сказал.
типа-
осуждаю максимально то, что...
Еще
мною
раз
сказано.
повторю, красавчик. Герон, таких людей нам не хватает. Хина, кстати, может сейчас пройти уровень.
Осуждаю мною сказанное, крайне осуждаю мною сказанное.
Да,
Хина проходит
красавчик.
уровень. Хина проходит. Я максимально хотел отстраниться от этой фигни. Привет, Эйс. Эйс меня тегнул на ютубе, на стриме.
No. Но у меня, к
Найнс
сожалению,
находится
короче...
на 37. Ну, пока
у меня
не так
у меня-
далеко.
У меня открыты 2 ссылки на Twitch трансляцию и, можно сказать, на YouTube. Ну, там на YouTube открыта Бэткомедиан Бригада 2 Наследник, так что вот. Ну, ничего страшного.
Я что-то я смотрел с Бэдом Комедианом, там очень смешной видос про утомленные солнцем 2, или как это называется. Это вообще просто пик комедии. Это одно из самых смешных видео, которые я смотрел.
Ты как давно узнал то, что вообще комментировать нам придется данный матч?
Сегодня. Я сегодня узнал о том, что приходится комментировать. Мне Финон написал: ты будешь комментить матч? Я сказал: ну да, я буду комментить матч. Я написал Патрику. Я Патрик. И Он мне скинул там расписание, я увидел, что сегодняшняя дата стоит. Я такой, ну тогда увидимся вечером.
Да, самое забавное то, что вот он мне тоже писал, но я не заходил в телегу, и в итоге ты мне вот написал то, что комментим, и я буквально, то есть, узнал то, что сегодня матч за 10 минут до его начала. Очень круто. Но я не против, в принципе, тут подготовка не прям такая сильная для
Тут не особо большая подготовка требуется. Тем временем Хина находится на 88%. Он подбирается к ластовому кораблику. Он берет на ластовом кораблике. Тем временем Сквозар стоит 66%. И Хина проходит. И Хина проходит. И набирает 1000 очков.
У него 4 ребита подряд или нет? Я не понял вообще.
Мне кажется, у него есть смерти где-то на, не на лист процентах, если можно это назвать лист процентами.
Тем временем Бон пройти тоже сейчас может уровень.
Нет, Бон не проходит, Бон умирает прям в самом конце, неприятно очень. Некси находится на 56%. Нужно понимать, что в принципе он не слишком сильно отстает от игроков. В сравнении со Сквозаром, конечно. Я не нагоняю на игрока, но в любом случае Сквозар как-то показывает сейчас себя слабенько по сравнению с остальными. Никикс тем временем 95, 96, 97, 98 все проходит. Он проходит уровень. Он еще какую-то табличку в Блицкриге закрыл.
Да, галочку самое главное закрыл, как говорится, и все, да.
Я, конечно, галочку закрыл, молодец, как же играет Блицкриг, шарю ГД, ГП, Флоу, Тартарус, я шарю.
Космос Unleashed.
Да. Главный фанат Вайта. Мне это главный фанат Вайта.
Ничего про это говорить не будем, оставим это.
Да, оставим это без комментариев. Мы как комментатор оставим это без комментариев. Что можно сказать про игроков? Сейчас удивительно, что, в принципе, никого нет на каких-то далеких процентах. Самый далекий процент, который есть, это Кюне, и он на 40%.
Знаешь, что я еще хочу про игроков добавить? Не как про уровень, то, что они сейчас играют. Среди всех игроков тут по факту по скиллу только Бона можно выделить. То есть тут все игроки такие, знаешь, кто-то входит в топ-100 РК, да, а Бон, он типа выделяется тем, что у него много достижений расфармлено, и при этом всем он, допустим, слабее, чем Хина и Найнс на данном турнире, именно в этом уровне.
Ты уже об этом говорил, что тут решает больше подготовка, не то что скилл. Тут даже условно Найнс, который, ты же сравнивал с ВХФРом, и он показал ничуть не хуже себя в сравнении с ВХФРом. И он сейчас это доказывает, потому что на 80%, и у него есть, хотел бы сказать, огромная вероятность пройти, но он умер сразу же, как я это сказал. Хорошо. Вот про Бона что могу сказать? Несмотря на то, что у него огромный склад вообще достижений, то, что он очень давнишний игрок в РК, я вот самолично с ним общался, мы с ним в 2021 году, с 2021 года знакомы, мы с ним не общаемся в принципе, но иногда как-то можем поддержать связь, если где-то встретимся на каком-то сервере. Он прям давнишний игрок, заставший вообще давнишние времена, сиси бородатые. Но я бы не сказал, что у него прям какой-то имеется чистый скилл большой. То есть он именно эндюрансом, он именно выносливостью и терпением дожимает все остальные уровни. И то, что он сейчас показывает себя, на самом деле у него самый средний результат, я не имею права не то, что жаловаться и осуждать вообще, за то, что у него там какие-то поинты низкие или что-то в этом роде, но в любом случае, я бы не сказал, что Бон прям как-то на каком-то прям вот высоком уровне играет, учитывая то, какие сейчас РК-слэеры, и то, как они продвигаются на каких-то уровнях из планки Авернуса, Бон, в том числе, как я тоже РК-слэер, тоже я очень сильно теряюсь в топе игроков по 6 хардестам. Потому что, я не играю в ГД, у меня там личная жизнь, прочие все дела имеются.
Тем временем Хина сейчас может пройти уровень вновь.
Хина может пройти уровень, да.
Я в шоке. И 5-й ребит? 5-й ребит.
Да, это 5-й ребит. Не подряд, конечно. Не то, как ты говорил, там 4 раза подряд он прошел. Но тогда когда он набрал 1000 поинтов, я могу предположить, что у него не было ни одной смерти дальше 40%. Он, если доходил до 40+, он проходил уровень. Не
дальше 40, даже не дальше 25, потому что...
Дальше 25 даже.
Да,
как говорили игроки говорят, что первая половина, она гораздо канцернее и сложнее, чем вторая, поэтому я могу, в принципе, поверить в такой расклад событий.
Да. На самом деле, по поводу Бона, что я скажу как аналитик псевдо. Да, конечно. У Бона это один из примеров, то, что огромный длительный фарм уровней не может как-то показывать конкретно читку, потому что я думаю, что как раз-таки сырые скиллы у него сильные, но демонстрировать эти сырые скиллы ему явно что-то мешает, скажем так. Но Я с ним даже общался, он ничего фикс не хочет, но его все устраивает. Хотя бы он довольно-таки стабильный игрок, кстати, он постоянно в ГДшку играет уже на протяжении нескольких лет. Вот, и стабильность это...
Я бы, конечно, тут бы пошутил бы, но я думаю, это будет некомпетентно с моей стороны. Тем временем Хина на 75% находится, как и Найнс, который находится и подходит к Хине. Они, конечно, не смогут никого обогнать, потому что, ну...
Сквозар
мы в ГД играем, не в ОСУ.
Что, остается 3 минуты, думаю, и так понятно, что Россия
Хина
уже
проходит,
не может обогнать Украину.
Хина проходит.
И Найнс тоже может.
Найнс я ставлю... Так, ну... Я бы хотел сказать, я там ставлю хату на то, что он пройдет. Надо было говорить раньше.
Да,
ну, железобетонно здесь Украина побеждает. Сквозар чуть-чуть подруинил России поинты, но он может это исправить, пройдя хотя бы один раз уровень за 3 минуты. На что я очень сильно рассчитываю.
Да,
вот
и
как
он, кстати,
человек,
тоже
который
может
болеет
выбить комплишн.
Ну, как бы тоже нужно понимать, что я как комментатор, я не имею права ввиду своей компетенции, своей вот этой вот псевдоработы, как-то болеть за кого-то, но душа меня ложится на мою страну, на Россию.
Да,
я бы хотел бы, чтобы...
уровень, кстати.
Да, кстати, Бон ребит, это я не заметил, пока там говорил что-то в потугах.
И к ребиту еще Ицквини близок очень, он уже на концовке уровня.
Ну-ка. Ицквини сейчас может помочь Беларуси задать темп. Ай-яй-яй, не получается у него пройти уровень. Досадно. А Хина и Найнс, они вообще, они вот как братья. Они как братья-близнецы. У них всегда почти одинаковые проценты, и они почти всегда проходят одинаково.
Да, и количество очков 200 отличается. Это буквально одно прохождение, ничего такого страшного. Типа,
ну вот сейчас Никикс пройдет, и сейчас будет одинаковое количество поинтов. Чекай просто. Теперь на этот раз точно ставлю хату.
Минус хата сейчас будет.
Да не. Я верю в Найнса. Найнс темная лошадка.
Ладно, ты выиграл.
Ну все, видишь, нормально, видишь. Мне сказал, Герон еще посидит в своей хате. Сейчас он еще будет жить нормально.
Несмотря на то, что, кстати, я почему-то думаю, что несмотря на количество русских игроков в ГДшке, у Украины намного больше, знаешь, таких поддерживающих игроков. Потому что как-то Украина, знаешь, более заинтересована во всей этой движухе ГДВТшной.
Да,
но это лично...
Я бы, конечно, сейчас бы начал бы всю эту тему мусолить, но осталась всего 1 минута, я бы, конечно, хотел бы больше сфокусироваться на матче.
А сколько уровень длится, кстати?
Уровень длится где-то минуту.
Да.
Минуту с чем-то длится, как обычно, как большинство.
Если попытку сейчас начинать, то последние возможности на репит есть. Тем временем...
Ну, есть... У кого-то точно предоставится из 6 игроков шанс сыграть эту попытку, слиться на каком-то определенном проценте или пройти уровень, соответственно, и потом попробовать себя еще раз, когда уже таймер выйдет, но до выхода таймера успеть сыграть, начать новую попытку, так сказать.
Да, Беларусь теоретически может сейчас зафармить 1000 очков, если они сейчас репитнут уровень, перестартнут попытку и еще 2 раза репитнут. Но это относительно фантастический расклад.
Ну, Некси темка лагает, неприятно очень, но они оба находятся, они как братья Карамазовы, ну не ладно. Так, 90. Некси проходит уровень, я уверен, что он проходит уровень, там дальше нет сложных процентов.
А вот Квини еще может.
Кюней еще может зафакапиться немножко. Нет, он не зафакапился. Браво, Беларусь! Это было очень мощно. Бон тем временем на 75%. Маэстро движется к своему благоженству.
Так, и все, причем в конце ты смотри буквально. И типа все
Бон GDWT, лол.
Так, все, время вышло. Все, надо размучивать, да, наверное?
Нет, подожди.
I can't tell if Queenie died in time, but I'll look back.
This one might not
тоже
проходит.
Окей,
но это не поможет Российской Федерации. Это не поможет России обогнать Беларусь в этом матче, занять 2-е место.
Все, Квини, пауза, короче.
Все, пацаны, да.
У Некси осталась попытка.
Бля, мы проебали.
Okay.
Просто ужасный анлак.
Sorry, a couple things happened. Caught me off guard, but...
Так, в общем, все. Дайте, ну, ладно, пусть Герон озвучит уже финальные результаты данного матча.
Итак, первое место, безусловно, забирает Украина. Сегодня, да, это понятное дело, что так произошло. Никикс, Найнс, Опси, темная лошадка данного турнира, которая наравне с ВХФайром показала очень хороший уровень в предыдущих матчах. Хина топ-1 игрок, MVP матча. Абсолютно неожиданно для меня. Забирает, соответственно, да, вот этот вот статус. Показал хорошую подготовку к уровню. Сквозар бы мог бы подтянуть, тоже, в принципе, показал нормальный уровень. Бону чуть-чуть совсем не хватило в некоторых моментах. Некси молодец. Некси огромный респект за то, что, несмотря на то, что у него первый комплишн был всего 30 минут назад, он набрал 1138 очков, что, в принципе, солидно.
Да.
Ну и QA тоже набрал, ну, вполне, наверное, резонное количество поинтов, уже учитывая более длительную подготовку.
The East Euros when Ukraine
1403.
came up with a great like start. We'll see how the other results go in their favor, but I have a feeling this is gonna be closer to the top, if not the highest score of the day. But we'll see. Belarus takes a I guess to many might be a surprising day one victory over the Russian team, and
Чё?
again we'll see
Да,
how the
во
rest
вторые.
of today goes.
Во
It's
вторые.
going to be Russia. So far,
Ребят, ну вам
Russia's
не
in
стыдно,
third,
нет?
Belarus is in second, Ukraine is in first. Keep watching the stream, and you'll find out what your actual placements are.
Ладно, день не испорчен. Я этого не ожидал.
Surprising.
All right, we're gonna go to break. We're gonna see you all later for the next
So-
match.
Maybe we say goodbye to all Russian
Yep.
viewers.
Well, I mean, I'll say, well, I mean, unless I want to keep watching because it's still important. It's still important to see where they placed.
Ребята,
Won't
сегодня
exactly be
комментировал 15-минутый
Сегодня
длительный матч
комментировал я.
на ГДВТ. Это был я, Герон, Герон, Джиджеро, меня можно как угодно называть. Со мной был в моей подмоге Панацея, аналитик. Ну, можно, в принципе, на этом закончить. Все, ребят, всем спасибо, кто смотрел этот матч. Я желаю вам хорошего времяпровождения вечером. Всего доброго, до свидания.
Ставьте лайк, подписывайтесь на канал.
Все закончилось, да?
Ну,
Next ТГ канал.
it's all bad.
Подписка!
We say all. We said everything that viewers need to hear.
All right,
Всё,
I'll see you
Маша?
all then. I'm gonna hit the break.
Да.
just gotta stop and think for a bit. Think about what you want to do with your life and what's important. Not just to you, but to everybody. You see, you can make so much of a difference if you just put your mind to it. And never forget about this one thing. You're not here alone.
think so.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the next grouping here. We have Czechoslovakia, we have France, we have Sweden, and we have Germany. Interesting fact about this is we have one team here from each region at least. We have Czechoslovakia from the east, we have France and Germany from the west, and we have Sweden from the north. But yeah, anyways, we're about to, let's get started with the match. Everybody go to level select. Refresh the level. And then we'll get started on my countdown. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, that's everybody deafened. Welcome to our second match of the day. Again, kind of a weird time, especially like the Friday matches are always tough to get people to be able to help because, you know, North America's mostly still in school, except for me because I have a college schedule that makes it so I actually don't have class right now. But we can see here we have our match here. Oh, that's right. I see what you mean. That I have the Italy players listed here instead of the Swedish ones. Make sure they didn't get any extra runs here. They don't have any quals. Okay, so that's fine then. We didn't miss anything. Of note, the qualifying percent, as was in the case of last time, was 25%. And right now, Czechoslovakia was the region winner, though VTS is on a far attempt here. We'll see if they get a completion. We got a completion from Doom here and a completion from VTS. Putting points on the board for both of those teams. France has a slight lead just due to both of the players having points, and I expect this might be the most competitive match today. Just all of these teams have pretty solid lead, though Rytail here gets a completion, and now they're ahead by quite a bit, so never know, things can change on a dime like that. Germany looks far behind, but again, you look, Tenno's at the very end, so that would be points for them as well. I think the main thing will be that they both want to try and pass Russia and Belarus, like all of these teams. Got a completion from Tenno, which is going to jump Germany into, well, not second, because Sweden just got a completion for themselves, as Shuriken did pick up a completion. So far, a bunch of people have gotten completions. Still nobody's gotten a second completion yet into the match, but let's see what happens in that case. Czechoslovakia came off of winning the Eastern European Cup. They are the only regional champions in this list. They barely took down Ukraine by beating it on the last attempt, giving them the regional championship. That then gave them scheduling preferences for this match and a generally a higher ranking. So this will be important though, especially because both the Swedish players. Now I'll say this: Sweden, we got death there, but that's still one far attempt. If you get another one from Shuriken, that would put Sweden in the lead. Sweden, of all four of these teams, Sweden is the only one that has never been to a European Championship. Czechoslovakia was Team Czechia and Team Slovakia, and each of them qualified. But their teams are pretty small now, so they're merged. If that sounds like unfair for those who are saying that. You can see both Rose and Nanix are in the second half along with Doom. Those being the three that are the furthest. I don't know what Shurikens. That was weird. Game, I guess. On Shuriken's behalf, they just kept jumping at the start. Doom is approaching the ending here. And this would actually give us a dead tie, actually, with Sweden. Although, again, VTS is far enough. But for a short moment, we're going to have the score be 963 to... Oh no, because Shuriken got those points. Damn. Or no, Rytail got that death. We just about had a tie game here. Apparently VTS gets a completion here. Well, a few of the streams have froze, but it's back to normal. And those are even more points for Sweden. And Sweden might be our surprise team of the day today. I mean, pretty much most people figured Ukraine would be up there, but just don't take your eyes off of Sweden. I think a lot of people had a fair few criticisms for a lot of the teams that were in the Northern European Cup, saying that it was a relatively weak region, but due to the fact that a lot of the teams in that region hadn't seen much success in GD World Tournament competitions in the past, but good news is that we're not playing in the past, we're playing in the present. So, and of all the players, so the furthest Doom is at the ending. This would take the lead right back for Czechoslovakia. Still just such a tense game between all of these. While Germany is trailing, they're not trailing by a totally insurmountable amount. They will need to start catching fire though if their goal is to take this at the end. Oh, now it's 6:06. This would be kind of a monumental comeback, but again, nothing's impossible. But we got a completion from Rytail. More points for the Czechoslovakia team. Oh, it didn't seem to want to update on me yet. It's like this. Actually, no, it did. All right, Tenno gets a completion. That brings the deficit to at least not as bad a point. But besides Germany, all three teams are currently within 100 points of each other. And nobody's at like the very end of the level either. So we basically have a dead even game. France was kind of trailing for most of it. Kind of not looking like they would have a chance, but they could actually win too today. And currently they have the lead. Why a lot of these streams are kind of acting like jumpy on me. Refresh should work now, maybe? Looks good now. You can see Rytail's at the ending along with Doom, so they got a death though towards the end for Rytail. Hurricane gets a completion. This will be great for Sweden. Though Doom will have the chance to respond right back. See, Doom gets a completion. There you go. You got first place for Czechoslovakia. They kind of enter the match. The interesting thing for those who don't know, you're looking from left to right. The teams on the furthest left performed the best in their Euro qualifiers, while the teams on the right were the closest to missing the tournament. I don't want to say didn't perform well, because everybody here performed well. It was just they got the closest to not qualifying. But we got a completion from Tenno, and you know what? 448, still a decent far bit back, but can't say it's entirely over. Again, as I said, good points from everybody would kind of change everything for that team. And currently, we are still less than a completion gap between the top three performers. So Rytail gets a completion, which is going to be one of the largest deficits of the match in favor of Czechoslovakia. Go through a full stream refresh. I don't know why the streams are acting like this, but like they like to work sometimes. Of all the teams, though, Doom is at the ending, and actually this I think makes things a bit interesting though. Sweden did pick up points, but now Czechoslovakia has over a completion lead. Though with the France players both being at the end of the level, a double completion, would mean a lot for them. You're looking at that overall table here, for those who are paying attention, 2,541 is the score to beat from Belarus to put you in like position for second. 3,726 is the score to beat Ukraine, which Czechoslovakia actually looks like they're on pace to maybe do so. Blueberry gets that completion, and thus the two France players put themselves in a bit of a better spot. Unfortunately, Rose didn't get the completion there, but it was an 87 run, which is still worth a lot of points. BTS is at the ending of the level, kind of the only one that's really so far into it here. Although, because Rytail just picked up that death, which is actually going to open the door. France is exactly 250 behind, which means I can't tell if that's like what side of the half point they are, but there we got a completion for VTS, and again, we'll be back to everybody being within one completion of each other. Got a late-ish run from Nanix. I think that was in the 80s. And again, from Germany, you're just gonna be asking for them to really turn it up in the ending here. I don't think getting 4th in this pod is necessarily the worst thing in the world, because Germany is like on track to pass. They are on track to pass Belarus, which, if they can do that, would still give them a fair amount of points, and they just kind of need like other teams to finish below them as well. Blueberry gets a completion that cuts the deficit down to 163 and currently puts Czechoslovakia in 3rd, even though they were winning with a pretty decent margin. Again, Rytail is like, I think this is pretty much like the ending of the level, is it? Yeah, that's in the 90s right there, so that won't last for long, but we just have so many different lead changes in this one. BTS is towards the ending, so is Rose, so is Doom. You have 3 players at the ending from the 3 leading teams. And I know whoever beats it here, it's gonna start to get a little bit nervy amongst these teams. VTS does not beat the level here. But Shuriken is at the end. Shuriken's at the ending, though. We got a completion for Czechoslovakia. France, though, Rose picks up the completion to bring the deficit back to within a completion. Shuriken then takes the lead for Sweden, with everybody sort of towards the beginning of the level. So now Sweden has a good chance to maybe take down Czechoslovakia here. They said it would be a decent upset if they can pull off the win today, at least within this grouping. I think the interesting thing is, will they be able to pass Ukraine? That's a bit tougher to tell. Got a completion from Tenno. Again, more points is good because, as I said, Germany did just pass Russia with that completion. The 2 Czechoslovakian players, they are, that double completion will probably just totally elude them here. We'll see if they can get it. They're both towards the end of the level, and we got a completion from Doom that restores the lead for Czechoslovakia, with nobody else super far in the level, and that's going to be a double completion for Czechoslovakia, putting them in prime position to overtake Ukraine. They just need 25 more points. As any qual run from any of the 2 players in the next 36 seconds will clinch them the lead over them. Though obviously we'll see what happens here, mainly with Sweden, on whether they can pass Czechoslovakia or not. I'm gonna have to go pretty quickly here when we have the undeafenings coming up. We have 13...
I need you to say that time out loud, because
we got 10 seconds left in the match. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, time is now up, and I'm going to have to frantically undeafen everybody I can get to. Everyone's still going, it looks like. Although, again, the streams are freezing on me again, so... We see Blueberry ends it off with a completion. I can confirm that Tenno is also now done.
BTS are done. I think they got 94.
Yep. Hanix is now done.
difficult to tell.
So is Rytail.
VTS, would you mind
Shuriken is
opening your
now
desk
done.
tracker?
This one doesn't count. And it's just gonna be, oh, Rose is done too. They got 87.
That's
So
fine.
all we have left is Doom. And Doom is at the ending, and that is going to get the win for Czechoslovakia on that. I mean, that wasn't the attempt that did it, but that was the attempt that kind of put them in an even better position. So, final scores. This actually was pretty close, even though the final scores don't really show. So in fourth is Germany with 2,726. In third, you have France with 3,621. In second is Sweden with 3,696, which is pretty close. Czechoslovakia, 3,991 points. They almost got 4,000. So congrats to them. They're really showing why they were Eastern European champions a few weeks ago. But overall, actually, points-wise for France, I wouldn't feel terrible because 36-21, that is still, it's a bit short of Ukraine, but I have a feeling that could still have you top 8 by the end of the day. But again, we'll see. Maybe not, because there's actually a lot of good teams left. It's kind of the level of play is just going to start to increase from here on out. Anyways, we'll see you after the break, where we're going to have our next teams, which will be England, Romania, or it's going to be England, Baltics, and Romania. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the third of four, kind of pods groups that we have here. All kind of going for the same thing here, but everybody, we have England, we have Baltics, we have Romania. If we're talking about how they did in their regional tournaments, this is the best of them. As you know, England won their region, and in both Romania, or I guess it might not be, but each of these teams finished in automatic qualifying positions. Romania got third, but it was such a close third. Like, I think they lost some tiebreakers to Ukraine. Anyways, we're going to get started with the level. Thanks everybody for 3,700 followers. Denmark will play in the next match. By the way, they're still here. Anyways, let's get started with the level. Everybody refresh, and we'll be beginning the level. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, we are into our third match of the day with we have our teams here. They said England won their region. Actually, of all the regional champions, England was the one where their title was sort of the least in doubt. Like, they got second on match day 1, yes, to Baltics, but they got first in the other 2 matches. They literally only got, like, their worst result was second place. You could see, though, that, you know, again, Baltics got second in that region, so while Romania is periodically just known as, like, the country that's always been good at these at these GD tournaments. Did get an unfortunate death there for Saw, because that would have been potential. Wait, did that? Yeah, it was an 85 run from Sock, which a completion definitely would have helped, as England maintains their grip in first place. Algierdus picks up a death for Baltics, still points on the board, and everybody's kind of around the same place right now. Numi puts Baltics in the lead for now. We'll see if everybody. Sock has been, if there's anyone to call GD World Tournament's most improved player, I'd have to say Sock would definitely be one of them, as he entered in kind of suddenly into the 2024 GD World Tournament, getting a really tough matchup against Emiliano in the quarterfinals, or in the semifinals, and then also in the quarterfinals he had to play Tyson, 2 players that did really, really well in that tournament, and kind of lost to both of them in convincing fashion. But then in 2025, when the Euros hit, something kind of changed, and he was one of the key contributing factors. Everybody talks about, you know, Kaza and Quivert that year kind of helping Romania, but Sock also played a pretty big role, especially just in those times when the team just needed depth. He'd always, like, be there and get a lot of completions in a row. It was kind of like Stock and USB were kind of like the 2, like, players that were kind of just able to do that. Sheffield dies right at the end. Unfortunately, not a completion for them yet, and I believe we just have that one completion from Sock as our only completion of the match so far. So Lorde gets a completion. I'm sure that changes the dynamic of this match now, as England is now playing with the lead. But England's kind of had a bit of a rough history. I feel like people would have expected them to have qualified for a GD World Tournament, like since their like admits as like an independent team, but they have not. They did make it in as UK, but they didn't really have to qualify. Back then it was like based on Demon List rankings, which is a Rico LP idea from back in the day. Anybody there for the Rico days? Those who know. Actually appreciate a lot about him. I don't mean to throw any shade. Like, this project wouldn't exist without him. Anyway, Sheffield's at the ending. We'll see if they can pick up a completion for England. They do! Florida could make it a double completion, though. And that would be a bit of a convincing lead. Another thing to say is that the whole northern region, I guess the northern region really took it to heart when it came to, you know, their kind of doubts that people have in them, because both Sweden, England, and Baltics seem to be cooking right now. And there you go, there's another completion for England. Now they have, that is 2 in a row for Lorde, or Lord, I don't know, probably one of the two. Someone can tell me, and someone can tell me in here. It's just Lord. Okay, that makes more sense. Well, as I said, Lord is currently going on 3 in a row if they can get that here, and they say you kind of need those consecutive completions to pile up. I haven't really talked about completion streaks today, and actually that's kind of for a good reason. Nobody's gotten more than 2 in a row so far today. So this would be a chance to change that fact for Lord. I believe you'll see if they can be the first person to be on a completion streak. It does not seem... oh, no, never mind. Okay, just didn't load in properly. Lord's at the end here, and that is 3 in a row for Lord, the first person of the day to accomplish that feat. They could have a good chance to take that individual title there. Just said the more points it'll be important to. You can see England currently still playing with the lead. Sheffield is going to want to be able to help the cause with a completion of their own. Their first completion in a little bit. And there's another completion for England. England now approaching the 2,000 point mark. Lord still going on 4 in a row. See if they can accomplish that feat. Everybody else is kind of towards the beginning. England so far has sort of been flexing their muscles into what seems to be a much improved English team over last year. One thing I think that makes that more apparent is that the GDWT tournament happened last year, and a lot of times when countries host their own tournaments, it results in the next year their national team faring off a lot better. So that wound up probably being a really good call for the English team to do something like that. But as we can see, that is 4 in a row, but Lord unfortunately died at 5 right after, so the streak does end there at 4. But that's still a pretty long streak to go on. Algirdas at the ending, though, we'll see if that could put Baltics in a better scoring position. They're still gonna, you know, even if they are trailing England, they are still going to want to try and pass the competitors from the last match, as in order to do that, it will take... Well, Germany scored 2,726, and that's probably the scoreline that realistically you're gonna want to go after if you are these teams, you know. Sheffield gets a completion. I think that might be their second consecutive. It is not. They had a 3 in between. But it's like basically their second consecutive with just like a short death at the beginning. Which, obviously, early deaths don't really hurt you that much in this regard. Socks at the ending, again. Points, points, points. It's not a completion for them. But again, points are very good to have here to add to that team score. Score is, I guess, the technical word. Lord gets a completion there. There's and there's another completion for them. So that makes it 5 for 6. Caters towards the ending, and again, I mean, a completion from them would be quite a big deal for this Romanian team if their goal is to put themselves in solid qualifying position. Remember, you do only have to get top 8, so it's not like all of the pressure in the world is there on this round. You just need to do like quite well, but you don't have to be perfect. Sheffield though, and Sheffield and Lord have been pretty close to perfect though so far today, so I mean, at least Sheffield actually took a little while to start piling up completions, but now they've had 3 completions in their last 4 attempts. We'll see if that can propel England to first place in the standings going into there. But we got a completion from Sock. Romania actually has retaken the lead from the Baltics, which they did not have this lead earlier. Their team has started to pull some nice attempts in the past couple minutes, and that kind of changing their whole thing. England hits the 3,000 point mark. If they want to be able to get their main goal, they want to be able to get to 4,000, as Czechoslovakia was only 9 points short of that accomplishment. Algirdas is at the ending, and this will put the Baltics right back above Romania. So we're going to start to see some placement shifting occur right here. There you go. Now Romania is going to want to play. This will be a back and forth battle between the two of them. I have a feeling tiebreakers could wind up being a big factor going into day 3. Oh, that's the one thing I have to do. I have to do the tiebreaker vote. Because I don't know. I think I'm probably going to make the decision to switch back to just doing mathematically, because we have been struggling just to do these matches. But then again, country versus country is cool. We'll see. Currently, England seems on pace to do a double completion of their own. Romania only has less than a 100-point lead on Baltics. So you do have combined, since Cater picked up that death, this Sock getting a completion here would kind of change a lot about this match from that perspective. As I said, Romania had been trailing Baltics for a while. If they cancel each other out, that's probably a good thing for the Baltics, because their players are further. But yeah, Sock gets a completion, and now Romania has a lead, although Algirdas is at the ending himself. So that would actually vault Baltics back ahead of Romania, and actually, I believe, ahead of Russia as well. Yeah, with that, this is going to put them ahead of Russia. One thing I didn't do was actually set up the conditional formatting here correctly, so I'm actually going to do that. There you go. Because obviously you just need top 8 to advance, and there's no other conditions, so. You can see Sheffield's at the ending, which could be another completion for England. And it is! Just have about a minute, a little over a minute to go here. And it looks like England's already on track to pass that 4,000 point mark. But yeah, this England team is a far cry from last year's England team. Just improved in basically every way. Impressed. Just have 38 seconds left on the clock. You can see we just have a 40-point deficit between the Baltics and Romania, so this extra point will be decided right here. Just 25 seconds left to determine who will take that additional point in the standings. 13 seconds. I'm gonna get ready on the tools here. We got a completion from Lord A. I think they're gonna get this in time. Yeah, they did. All right, time is now up. Sheffield maybe got that, maybe didn't. I can actually look right here. Sheffield did not get it. Sheffield is done.
Algers are done.
I fuck.
But yeah, we'll
Hey,
see what
it's
ends
fine.
up happening at the end.
What the
Elgirdus is now
fuck?
complete, and everybody else now Cater is now done. So I just get him undeafened because I want to make sure I want to focus on
No, me, you're done.
this right here. Sock is gonna need to get about 100 or so points, I believe, to pass.
Yeah.
This is gonna come down
Sock-
right here.
I don't know about
I
the
think
half
once
point,
they
but
hit, I
at
think
least
once they
68.
hit, what?
If you hit 68, then they'll count.
68. Oh, it froze. Oh, great.
It
And there you
froze.
go. Romania has taken the point from the Baltics on the last attempt of the level. And he died, oh, just right after, too. So this is going to wind up being, well, actually, it was a little bit more, but yeah, that was the final deficit there.
Nobody cater.
So
Go, Cater.
this doesn't count, I don't think.
Yeah.
What is this?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, this
No,
never counted.
nobody indefinite cater. Sorry. Unless we severely messed up, but I don't think so. What's completion
I don't
anyway?
think we did. I don't think we did. I'll make sure, just because I don't want to get it wrong, but we did. Let me check. But I would be shocked if I got this wrong. No, yeah, no, it was like well after.
Yeah.
So
we
anyways,
died
the
at
final
26,
scores
yeah.
are Baltics
Second.
3,025, Romania 3,088, and England 4,410 points, which is...
That's crazy.
Oh, the percent of max has got to be like really good on this for England, right? 80%. The only team to do so. It doesn't sound as good, but you got to remember these are harder levels now. So, like, you know, in the previous round, like everybody was getting like 70 to 80% of max, but now it's like that's not going to happen as often. Anyways, we have one more group left, but so far England remains on top. But they have taken the top spot. For the other teams, Romania is in 6th, Baltics are in 7th. So we'll see what, we have 4 more teams left. We'll see which of the teams get past. All right, see you after the break.
System engaged. Taking evasive action. System engaged. Taking evasive action. System engaged. Taking evasive action. Taking evasive action. System engaged. 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 Taking evasive action.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the final match of the day today. We are having the teams of Portugal, Italy, Netherlands, and Denmark. Each of these teams kind of has their own story, which is just kind of fascinating. Like, to put it this way, Portugal has never made the Euros before. They haven't really gotten close to making the Euros. But this year, they won their region. They won the Western European Cup. Italy did not qualify. They then got fourth in the Western European Cup. The Netherlands was kind of the opposite story. They nearly didn't qualify for the Euros at all this year, despite being the highest-ranking European team after last year's incredible performance at the 2025 GD World Tournament, nearly taking down the United States and giving them quite the scare. Denmark has also never been to a Euros before. They took a spot in the playoff round. Both Netherlands and Denmark are both teams that had to win the bloodbath race, get top 4 in the bloodbath race in order to keep their tournament going. But both of them did, so they're here. But I find this so interesting because of these groups of 4 teams, the Netherlands is the only one that's ever been to the Euros before. Anyways, let's go to the level select screen and we will get started with our match. All right, everybody, we will be beginning the match. Once I'll know what Murder's doing. All right, we'll be beginning in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we have begun our final match of the day. Again, with these 4 teams. I think they're all just kind of around. I mean, really, except the Netherlands, I'd say everybody's kind of playing with house money on here. Netherlands, I'd say they're probably feeling the pressure of just having not done well. But Bread Guy was one of the key performers in that game against the United States last year. He actually outperformed the Stars and Stripes in that match, which was considered quite an incredible feat for the team to pull off. Unfortunately, they came just short in the last level that caused it so that wouldn't be the case. But anyways, we have the two Italian players are currently the furthest into the level, and we'll see. Italy was kind of the surprise, one of the big surprise teams of the round last round. We'll see if they, they could do it again here. I mean, they're already both about to start the match off with a double completion, which would just be an insanely good start. Though Murder did not accomplish that. Nor did Danny. But that's still a wide lead to start for the Italians. Interested Valdi, though, is the one with our first completion of the day, with Space also at the ending. Not quite the ending, he didn't get the third call, but still, that puts Denmark in first place. And wouldn't that be something? I mean, we might be down for quite the fight of today with all of these teams. Red guys at the ending, and again, the Netherlands are going to want to see if they can take the lead for themselves. Oh, they just hit the orb too early. That's unfortunate. Right now, Italy has a lead of 8 points on Denmark. Anyways, of everybody here, we have the furthest is, so we do have Lobo far for Portugal, but Ivy gets the completion, and that puts the Netherlands up in first place currently. What many might consider the favorite despite their low seeding going into this match. They got first in the Bloodbath race as a team. Lobo, though, gets a completion to keep Portugal still in it. And that is absolutely massive for the Portuguese, as they hadn't scored a lot of points going up to this point. I don't know why a lot of their scores haven't been getting to us. Let me just go to... Let me do this. I'll do a full refresh. No, I guess no, those were right. Okay. Wait, but didn't Lobo beat the level? What? Yeah, Lobo beat the level. Alright, I guess I'll do that. Anyways, those are more points for them, and I think, you know, obviously, if you're on the team, it could be worth just going back and making sure that everything counted correctly. We got a completion from Interested LD. So Lunar Spark gets a completion for themselves. I just want to know the whole deal with this. currently of all the players. Let's see who gets the furthest. Ivy gets a completion for the Netherlands, thus extending the Netherlands' lead over everybody else. And obviously, they want to go in and just totally prove that what happened in the Western European Cup was a fluke. They only got 6th in the Western European Cup. It was a bit of a well, probably the biggest surprise besides like Poland, I guess. I'd say that maybe like second biggest surprise there. But Murder gets a completion though, putting Italy in a better position. That is their second completion of the match. Although, what I haven't really mentioned much is that Ivy has 3 out of 4 completions right now and is going for 4 out of 5. Lunar Spark gets a completion for Portugal. We'll see not Danny's at the ending, and this would actually, for the time being, give the lead back, though Ivy gets a completion. Ivy's just been going crazy this tournament. I mean, they MVP'd in a match, the one match they had, even though the team didn't get a high placement. It's still a massive deal for them. Again, Murder's at the ending, and you're gonna want to see more points. The 8th place line, I think this is what the kind of the interesting thing to discuss is. I see it at 2,726 is what Germany got, though considering like there's a good chance all of these teams beat that, so the actual line is probably more. I don't know why the stream is doing this to me. Anyways, we've about passed the halfway mark, and Netherlands could be on track to try and see if they can actually take down England. Red Guy's actually outscored Ivy over the course of the game so far. Kind of mainly just then has less completions, but that makes 0 sense. How are they?
Yeah, Ivy should have more points.
There you go. It was because the 100 didn't register yet, but it just took a little bit to enter in.
Yeah, I
Makes
see
sense. We'll do another full refresh. You see Netherlands is in first place. Lunar Spark towards the ending. You'll see if Lunar Spark could pick up a completion for Portugal. Currently have the lead over Denmark here. Be interesting to see how this ladder stretch goes for the two teams. Here we go, I got a completion from Interested Valdi, which now Portugal did get a good run there, pulling the deficit back a little bit. So Danny is on a solid run, so is Bread Guy and Space. Space completion would help a lot for Denmark. Again, you don't really have to think too much about the teams around, like specifically in this match. If you look at the full picture, this will keep mattering. You can see Italy has taken the lead. Although Bread Guy will take it back, like, England takes the lead back for the Netherlands. It was a really short lasting lead for Italy, but they did have one. We'll see how much longer that lasts for, and if we have any significant lead changes here. 4.5 minutes left, and top 8's going to want to start to become the goal here of all of these teams. You can see Portugal and Denmark are kind of locked into a bit of a fight here as well. But Lunar gets a completion that will put the Portuguese up a little bit more. 2,328, though Ivy gets a completion. This is going to put 3,022. That is going to vault them over. So now they're ahead of Germany. They just need 3 more points to pass Baltics, and then like another like solid run would have them pass Romania. And thus, the top 8 line is starting to solidify a bit more. I think now it's guaranteed you need at least 3,000 to get top 8. Murder gets a completion. That's going to vault them into a 4-point deficit. 4 points behind the Netherlands right now. Just 3 minutes, 33 seconds left on the clock here. Yeah, the 2 Portuguese players, there's one solid run from Lobo. Again, Lunar Spark, we'll see if they can get a completion off of there. Bread Guy vaults the Netherlands back into first place. You could see that the margin, like the way this is going back and forth, seems to favor the Netherlands as they hold leads look longer. You can see Portugal gets more points on the board for themselves. So Interested Valley isn't going to win. That's going to give 2 points. That is going to pass Belarus and Russia. Both finished at the bottom here. Ukraine was in third, so just quite the wide gap between those 2 countries and everybody else. Murder gets a completion. We could see now the Netherlands is starting to kind of try and put this game away. I think actually they might want to see if they're kind of on pace to beat Czechoslovakia. England might be rougher. They would need some solid timed attempts here. Because what happened with England is one of their players got like a completion in at like the very end. And that's what caused the increase in score. We could see now the line is Romania at 3,088 is going to be the line for top 8. Bread Guy gets a completion. And we can see what will happen for this final minute and a half of the day today. Ivy gets a completion. Lunar Spark is pretty far into the level. So Murder is even further into the level. Again, I think Portugal has points to gain with this here, as that would pass, a completion would pass them. It would actually put them in 8th place. It'll be between them and Denmark. Yeah, what?
I just want to point out that Ivy got 444% earlier and is currently on 3 in a row and still hasn't died yet.
Oh, yeah, wait, that's true. Alright, well, Lunar Spark gets a completion. So 44 seconds left. Interested Valley gets a completion. That's going to put Denmark ahead of a couple teams with that completion right there. They just need about like 88 points in this last 35 seconds, which Space already has clinched. We are into the final 30 seconds. Not Danny's at the ending. Gonna get a completion. This is gonna leave them with enough time for another attempt. I don't think Ivy will have enough time for another attempt of their own. They might barely be able to get it off, but it's not looking like it. Space gets a completion. This is gonna actually be a bit of a comeback for Denmark. They have now passed Portugal with just 10 seconds left on the clock. As we enter 5 seconds left in the match. Alright, time labels are up, and time is up now. Ivy did not get it in time. Ivy is now done.
Ivy, you're done. GG.
Let's see if everybody here.
And that actually puts the Netherlands in first.
That was the buzzer-beating completion. That was enough to top England. Murders at the ending here. There'll be a completion here. We'll see what will occur here. There you go. There's one. This will put them above Czechoslovakia.
Murder, you're done.
Murder is
Do I
now.
have another attempt?
No, you're just done.
Okay. Okay,
I think
okay.
Valdi's done now too. And here we go. Lunar ends it on a completion. No, I think this right here
Space is
will be for the
full.
win. I think Portugal's gonna prevent. Oh, somebody ended their stream. No.
What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who was number 5? Ivy, start your stream.
Whoops, sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah. Now I don't know what happened.
Wait, we can look at the raw data, right?
Yeah.
Can I end my stream?
No, you have to, Ivy, start. Yeah, okay, wait. Now I can add it here. And I think everybody's done now. Except for Lobo? Is he still... Wait, what happened to Lobo? Did he beat the level or not? Because I didn't get the attempt.
beat the level.
I beat the level.
Yeah.
Because it didn't come in.
Red guy, you're done.
No, I got...
Yeah,
unbroken,
100%.
like 98. Yeah.
Sorry, I think Red guy is 41 Dylan's count, and Danny
Yeah,
is
there was a
also
fair few
already...
attempts that didn't count on this match. So we're gonna have to
Sorry,
go back.
Danny, you were already
Also, oh yeah,
done.
the bread guy, this 41 gets eliminated. This didn't count.
Yeah. But that does put Netherlands in first anyway.
Oh,
so-
you're still... Oh yeah, you are still first. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't Ivy's completion that put us in first.
All right, well, these are results for now. We're gonna go back because there's a couple like completions from Lobo specifically that just didn't count, and I think this might have happened to them last time. So what we're gonna do is we'll obviously look back. We'll see if there is like an extra 50 or so points to find that put them above Sweden. However, going into the end of the day, this is what the top 8. This is what it looks like. 14th place Russia, 13th place Belarus, 12th place Germany, 11th place Baltics, 10th place Romania, 9th place Denmark, 8th place France, 7th place Portugal, 6th place Sweden, 5th place Ukraine, 4th place Czechoslovakia, 3rd place Italy, 2nd place England, and so far the winner of round 1 is the Netherlands. After finishing 6th in their region, they have finished 1st in this match. We have 2 more matches to go to see how the rest of that will shake up, but I think it's safe to say that was a fluke. That performance, right? You'd say so, Irie?
Sorry, I was not paying attention.
I was saying it's safe to say that getting 6th in the
Oh
West
yeah,
was
that
a
was
fluke.
unlucky. We are showing why we were the #1 ranked heroes last year.
Yeah.
We're so back.
And that is a win for the Netherlands, barely over England. But, as I said, the 8 teams I mentioned, they are still in position to qualify if they can keep up doing what they're doing. Anyways, that's going to be it for this stream. Thank you all for watching. There's only about 100 points between 5th place and 8th place. I think there's one more point I want to make. France got 3,621, while Ukraine got 3,726, so it's only 105 points separate 8th from 5th. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you all later.